Going on, Giants fans?
And
Sean and Sean here talking Giants football with you guys. So we got a couple topics we're gonna get to today. We're gonna really get deep into the Jason Garrett hire, also the Burton Burns hire that the Giants just hired as running back coach. We're also gonna look at the other positional coaching needs that the Giants need at D line because Freddie Roach has just went back to Ole Miss as D line coach. Also, tight ends coach, you need linebackers coach, DB coach, etc., etc. So we're gonna go over a couple of that. We're gonna discuss the East-West Shrine game that's actually going on in a couple minutes. We'll also be talking about uh,
Championship
Championship
Sunday.
Sunday, which is this upcoming Sunday, and a couple other things. So you guys stay tuned. So the first thing I'm going to go start off talking about is the Jason Garrett hire. Jason Garrett, if you guys remember, he was the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys from 2007 to 2010. And one thing about Jason Garrett, his offense when he was running that offense at Dallas from 2010 or 2007 2010 was really efficient. It was a really good offense. Uh, the Cowboys were ranked, I believe, in the top six in the top categories, whether it was points, forced, and they also finished with a 13-3 record his first season as an offensive coordinator as well, with Tony Romo there as quarterback. So Jason Garrett as a coordinator did a very good job the first couple years of him being there.
Yeah,
So
and Dad, I think he'll do a very good job here with the Giants. The problem was in Dallas that Jerry Jones was always meddling as when Jason was a coach and never really let him do his own thing. I don't think I have a problem with Joe Judge and the organization here. I think they will give him free reins around the offense. I think he'll do a very effective job. He's very high on Daniel Jones. He likes the offensive weapons the Giants have. And, they're going to add some more weapons to it, and it's going to be a very explosive offense. It's going to be a balanced offense too. And as you know from listening to Joe Judge's press conference, there's going to be a lot of smart decisions made on the offensive and defensive side. And then we're talking about game situations too.
yeah, I mean, so far, like when I look at and this is for a lot of people that have watched the Cowboys. If you look at what the Cowboys do with that offense that Jason Garrett was running, it's a really run and pound offense. You also have the tight ends. The tight ends are used a lot in this offense. So what that means is Evan Ingram will be in this offense a lot more than he did with Pat Shermer's offense. So that's a good thing because if you watch the couple games that Evan Ingram had with Daniel Jones, they were good games. I mean, he uses him really well, and with Jason Garrett's offense, I think he'll even exceed above what people think of him. Also,
And also, too, Sean, they're going to
mhm,
add the wide receivers. It's not
yes,
going to be like that traditional North Turner run and pound. We got
yeah,
good wide receivers,
hmm
and they're going to throw the ball to the wide receiver.
yeah,
So it's going to be a little bit more open than it was in
hmm
the past.
and what I also like is the Giants, they're in the perfect situation, but also you have to think about for the receiver position, is Sterling Shepard still going to be the same player since he's had those concussion problems over the last couple weeks playing in the 2019 season? So the Giants have a couple things to look at here. Now, there's a couple guys they could look at in the draft. Like I've looked at Michael Pittman Jr.,
Yeah,
who is a guy that I think the Giants could really put in that offense, put in that situation.
6'4", 226,
Yeah,
right out of USC, very good
yeah,
wide
he's
receiver.
a guy I like. Also, a guy T Higgins. If the Giants want to go that route early, which would probably be, I'm looking at him being an early second round pick. That's a guy the Giants could look at as well if they lean towards in the first round. If they lean towards defense, they're gonna most likely take an offensive player, I think, in the second round.
Well,
So
depends.
we'll see.
The way
It
how
just
the
it
board
just
is
depends.
Yeah.
Now there's a couple things to look at here though. In the first round, since Jason Garrett's offense, you really want to and also for Dave Gettleman too. Their whole thing is built around Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is the main center of this.
Yeah,
If
with
Daniel
Saquon
Jones
Barkley.
fails, it makes Gettleman look really bad. It really does because he took the risk to go out and get Daniel Jones, and he's been really well so far. So if the thing is, what the Giants are looking at here is okay. You got an Isaiah Simmons that people are really high on, but what about Andrew Thomas? Andrew Thomas could be that pick there for the Giants. It's been kind of now since this Jason Garrett hire has been now up.
Reported.
I think Andrew Thomas could end up, going up to be that Giants pick there at number 4.
Yeah, Sean, I like Andrew. I'm very high on him. I like Isaiah Simmons too, but I think if I'm not even gonna say it. Daniel Jones is our quarterback, so we need to protect him. So if you bring in Andrew Thomas, you put him at the left, you're gonna have to move Nate Soldier over to the right, unless you keep Soldier there because he still has a high cap hit, so we can't get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to keep if you keep him there, you just put Thomas at the right side, and then once probably the following year, 2021 season, you can release Nate Soldier if it's not high on your cap hit, and then you move Thomas over to the left side. But if not, if Nate Soldier, who has talked about a position change, moving him over to the right side, you move Thomas to the left side. But you have to protect Andrew Jones. You need lanes too for Saquon Barkley to get to. You need time for Andrew Jones so he can throw the ball down the field to guys like Darius Slayton and Golden Tate and Sterling Shepard and Evan Ingram. And and then Caden Smith. So we gotta get this line settled. Also, too, I think the Giants need to draft a center. Jalapeno, he's been hurt a lot.
I know. I've always been a Pulley guy
too. And we're still not sure if Pulley's the answer either. So I think you're going to have to draft a center too.
Yeah, so I'm looking at a couple prospects here. Another guy that I think the Giants could also look at if they want to trade back a spot or two is Jedrick Willis from Alabama. I watched his highlights. I went in depth through him. I really like what he has, man. He looks like he could really be our right tackle for the next 10 years.
Or you can move him to left tackle.
And if you want to, you can move him to left tackle, move Soldier to right. So the Giants have some options here, man, with this first round pick, because now you got Jason Garrett in there, you got Joe Judge, you also have Gettleman. I think also going to these bowls, they did it. The thing is, I'm liking that the Giants, they're trying to get their coordinator situations, head coach. They got it done as quickly as they could because the draft or the
we got all
bowl games.
The bowl games.
You got the bowl,
combine coming up.
The Senior Bowl games.
You got the East West Shrine game today. And one of the things is when the coaching staff goes there, there's other coaches there that are looking for jobs at like the Senior Bowl, the East West Shrine game. So they'll be looking for positions because the Giants still haven't filled the.
They still need an offensive line coach,
D-line coach, tight end coach, right?
Linebacker coach,
and the linebacker coach.
DBs,
the word out there is that they're interested in Callahan. We don't know how much interest that he has, but Callahan is one of the best offensive line coaches in football.
And he used to coach with Garrett in those years when he was with Dallas.
Bill Callahan.
I want Bill Callahan.
Yeah.
I think if you can get Bill Callahan with this squad they have on the offensive line, I think it'll help out that line big time, man. And it'll also help Daniel Jones out as well, getting him more time in that pocket. So, I mean, it depends on what the Giants want to do here. They could go out and grab someone else, but I really want to see what they do there. Also, the guy that the Giants hired was Burton Burns. Burton Burns used to coach at Tulane from 1994-98, went to Clemson for 7 years from 99 2006, and then went to Alabama. So he was there with Joe Judge on that coaching staff as well. So
They
he's
are.
been there for like 11 years. So one thing about Burton Burns, he's coached a lot of good running backs. We're talking Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson, Derrick Henry, T.J. Yeldon, etc. Man, there's been a lot of good running backs that come out of Alabama. And one thing for sure, I mean, look, you have Mark Ingram, who's had a good season this year with Baltimore. Derrick Henry had a career year
Mm-hmm.
with Tennessee this year. So these Alabama running backs have been well so far. I'm not going to say now Trent Richardson's been a bust. We know that. And T.J. Yeldon hasn't exceeded the
Yeah, he's been
expectations.
okay.
But look
Yeah.
at it. It's looking good so far for Alabama's running back.
And I missed that we lost our, was it Craig Johnson?
Yeah, I really like the
liked
running back
him.
coach.
I like
but
him, but you know that we're in a business where
The problem is
guys
the
move on and
Giants.
stuff.
Yeah, the problem is with
They
the
don't
Giants is
retain
they
you.
haven't had their. Yes, they have Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, I love Saquon Barkley, but the problem is we still got to improve on the backup running back situation. We got to see if the Giants also draft another running back in this draft.
Which I think they will.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think they'll do. But they also, hopefully, if we can get Burton Burns to help Saquon with his pass blocking, that would really help as well. Because Saquon's pass blocking this year wasn't the greatest, but he needs to improve. on that.
Yeah,
That's
and the
one
running
thing.
back coaches, I think he'll do a great job getting him in there. Also, so we know that we have the three coordinators. We have Patrick Graham as our defensive coordinator. We have Jason Garrett as our offensive coordinator, and the special teams coordinator, Coach Thomas McGahee. And what Judge said that he's not going to be coaching like offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special team coordinator. He's going to be a CEO, so he'll be coaching all these guys, and he will take feedback from them guys too. So this is going to help him. These are experienced people. I know people have questioned Graham as the defensive coordinator, but he didn't have a good group there in Miami. They had they traded away a lot of guys, so they didn't have a lot of good players for him to work with. And like Steve Spagnuolo, who used to coach with the Giants, said, sometimes you got to have good players too. I mean, you could be a good coach, but you got to have good players too. You know what I mean? So, people, some people question the pick of Graham, but I think he'll do a very good job. He learned a lot under Bill Belichick, and he taught him well, and so he has experience, and I think he'll do a very good job. And him and Joe Judge are very familiar with each other, which is good.
Yeah. So far the coaching search for the Giants has been excellent so far. Got a couple positions to look at.
Yeah.
The Giants will look at it. You still now one thing. Freddie Roach did not come to the Giants. He actually got a promotion back at Ole Miss. So I think he's also going to be an assistant head coach there too as well.
Yeah.
So he's getting a little extra stuff going on there. So happy for him. Hope he does well. But we're going to move on from that. There's a couple things we also want to talk about today, right now. East-West Shrine game.
Yeah.
I haven't got to look at the roster
Yeah,
yet,
we're gonna
but
look at that. We're gonna watch that.
I'm really looking for. I'm gonna watch all positions: linebacker, D-line, receivers,
Offensive
running
line,
back, all
running backs, yeah.
positions.
Yeah.
I want to really look and see what could the Giants do here, and what could they take from this game, and to see who they could look at in the draft. So there's a couple guys out there. I haven't got to look at the roster yet, as I said, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna watch every bit of it because I want to see what the Giants can take out of this.
Yeah, there'll be some good players because guys are hungry. They're going to be fighting hard, playing hard to get an eye, catch an eye of these scouts, these coaches, these player personnel directors, these general managers, because they want to get on our, get invited, get drafted, or get signed as a free agent so they can get on somebody's team to prove themselves so they can make the team. So this will be a good start for these young men. And I look forward to Sean and I. We're going to watch it, and we're going to try to see what type of players in this game would be a good interest, or who could help the Giants. People say the Giants got a lot of holes. Yeah, they got holes. I won't say a lot of holes. This roster can be turned around quickly. This team can be turned around quickly. Because remember, the 49ers went 4-12, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're one game away from going to the Super Bowl this year. So it
Yeah.
can happen.
It can. I mean, the thing is I think the Giants have the right squad right now. Now, even if they bring in Callahan as our coach
Oh
too,
yeah, Bill
I really
Callahan.
feel confident that this team could make the playoffs over in
Yeah,
1 year.
I think the
Like,
Giants are about to go on a serious run because Joe Judge comes from that Nick Saban, that Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick always has his teams competitive, playing hard, always fighting for a playoff spot, or not for a Super Bowl. I think the Giants are about to go on a 10 to 12-year run where they're going to be competing for that Super Bowl every year with this coach.
absolutely. I mean, the Giants so far. I mean, last draft they've had a lot of diamonds in the rough.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was a good
you
draft.
look at it, Darius Slayton and Ryan Conley. You could
2019
argue were their
draft.
two best picks, and Ryan Conley didn't even play the
Yeah,
majority of the season.
Yeah, that was after game 3 or 4.
Yeah. He
Tore
had
his
tore
ACL.
ACL. And that's one guy that I think Giants fans, you really need to look forward to this season. I think this guy will actually have a really, really good season. It's
Yeah, I
just
hope it's
depending
coming back
on
from
how that
injury.
knee is going to be,
Yeah.
man. We
Yeah.
really have to focus on that. Really have to focus on that. So,
Championship Sunday is tomorrow. I got the originally when the season started, I said the Chiefs and Packers, even though I think there's a good chance that the 49ers is going to win that game. But since I picked the Chiefs and the Packers, I still got to stick by
Well,
it. So I'll say
see-
Chiefs and Packers.
yeah, see, I picked Baltimore because I thought the running game was really gonna get work for the for the Ravens. I mean,
Yeah.
I was looking, I was like, man, this Ravens team looked good so far. Now they get to play Tennessee. And remember, Vrabel, one of Belichick's
Yeah.
guys.
Ohio State guy,
You
learned a
know,
lot of
then
Belichick. As a
they
player.
outdid him, man. They really outplayed him, and I still think Tennessee still can upset
they
Kansas
have.
City.
They
I
can.
really do.
They really have a
And-
good chance.
And the thing is if you look the last two games, Tennessee has only thrown not even over 100 yards the last two games.
Tannehill.
I think it was 85, and the week before it was like 7.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you look at it, what Derrick Henry, this postseason has been unstoppable. Now, if he plays another game like he did last week, I think Tennessee will win. Because the way for Tennessee to win is controlling that clock, keep running that ball, keep getting first downs, and first downs. They're going to be fine. And because I trust their defense. I really trust their defense.
Yeah, the thing for Tennessee is that this offense is so explosive. They was down 24-0 to the
Scored
Houston
50
Texans,
or 40 something unanswered.
and they just went on a run. And that's how Patrick Mahomes and how Andy Reid runs that offense. The problem for Tennessee is that Tannehill has been having a great run, but I don't see him as a guy if they're trying to make a serious comeback, throwing the ball, swinging it all over the place. You know what I mean, against Kansas City, because Steve Spagnuolo's got that defense playing well now. And the thing is, you can't get into a track race. You know,
You
with
can't
the,
with Kansas City.
Chiefs.
You can't.
You know, I mean, it's especially the way that the Tennessee Titans offense is run. It's a ball control, run oriented offense. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And the thing is, I like Kansas City. Kansas City's offense is one of the most fun
it's
offense to ever
explosive, man.
watch.
It's
I mean,
just-
you
they
got
weapons
Kelsey, you
everywhere.
got Tyreek Hill, you got Mahomes, Texas Tech native. You also got McCole Hardman, another guy I look forward to. He played at Georgia. So,
McCoy, Damon Williams.
yeah, there's a lot of guys, man. But I'm telling you guys, Tennessee, that defense, Jeffrey Simmons, Mississippi State, beast. They also got Kevin Byard, who's a beast.
Tennessee's got a good
They got a
defense.
lot of good guys. Like Jarrell Casey still there balling. You got a lot of guys there. Dory Jackson.
They got a very good defense. They're very well coached, and yeah, so that would be an exciting game. And then on the other game, it's the Packers against the San Francisco 49ers. And the San Francisco 49ers got a really good defensive front.
They really do. That D line, I mean, with Arik Armstead and Nick Bosa, I mean, they have been disrupting
Solid corners
offensive
with
line.
Sherman.
And then they also got Quan Alexander back, who's a key piece of that defense. You still got Richard Sherman, who people doubted, man. And Richard Sherman is still that guy, man. He's still a top 3 cornerback in this league.
And the thing for the Packers is that Aaron Rodgers is going to have to use his skills a little bit more. We know
I think he's going to have to move around a lot.
Yeah, the running, he's got really good running backs with Aaron Jones. And,
Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams,
and then some of the other receivers are going to have to step up. Yeah, I mean, they can't be all...
Yeah, Lazard. One guy I think that might have a big game is Geronimo Allison. Geronimo Allison has been stepping up in that 2 wide receiver role. I mean, I think Valdez-Scantling, I haven't seen much of him. I think he's been hurt. I don't remember. But also Lazard. So we have to see what the Packers do.
Yeah,
now, one thing the Packers do have is their defense. People really doubt their defense. If you look on paper, they have a good. You guys, Darius Smith and Preston Smith, opposite sides.
They're doing great.
You got Kevin King. You also got Adrian Amos. They got a good defense.
Yeah.
Blake Martinez, I believe. They got a couple good guys on the defense. So this, I think,
playing really well.
Yeah, both of these games are going to be games you should watch. I mean, and it's all about, and a lot of it's going to do with the coaching too. Vrabel has outcoached the last 2 teams he's played.
Yeah.
It's all about what are the coaches going to do.
That's that championship experience that Vrabel has from playing with the Patriots. And he learned the great Bill Belichick. And then Shanahan, who's the head coach of San Francisco, he learned a lot from his dad. I'm quite sure his dad has been giving him information and helping him out. And he's running a very ball control offense. And he throws that ball to Kittle.
Kittle's a beast, man.
And then he has
Emmanuel Sanders has been playing pretty good. And
the rookie
Deebo
Sanders, he's been playing well. So I mean, it's not the prettiest offense, but it's a very ball control.
Also, remember they have Raheem Mostert, who's an undrafted free agent, I believe, and they have Tevin Coleman.
So Tevin Coleman, who's with the Atlanta Falcons, he's doing a great job running the ball. So they got a 3-headed monster that's been working very effectively, and then they're anchored by that young Mike McGlinchey, the offensive lineman at the University of Notre Dame. It's in his 2nd year, and he's really doing well at the right tackle spot. Plus, they still have Joe Staley, and who's been a fixture on the offensive line. So they're doing a really great job with their offensive line, with that zone blocking scheme that Shanahan runs, that his dad always ran when he was at Denver.
Yeah, so a lot of things to look forward, Giants fans.
We got just stay tuned. We got so much stuff going on.
I mean, there's stuff like the Jason Garrett news broke out when I least expect. I thought what the Giants were going to do is I was going to wake up today and see, Jason Garrett's hired, and it happened late last night. So a lot of stuff going on, man. I think we should find out about the position coaches I'd say by Wednesday, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, because the Senior Bowl, the Giants might bring on, sign some coaches after this East-West Shrine game, because they're talking to some of them and stuff. And then you got the Senior Bowl that'll be coming up, and they'll probably pick up somebody, and they'll all settle, because they got to get a ball in, because the combine's next month. You know what I mean? So you got to get this rolling.
Yeah,
get all your coaches in there.
A lot of things to look forward, Giants fans, and do be appreciative that we did get J.C. Garrett's offense coordinator. He's going to make this offense better, I promise you that.
Go count on him. We still don't know if Chris Richard.
Chris Richard is a guy
he can come in as a DB coach. I mean, that would be a step down for him from being a defensive passing coordinator with the Cowboys.
One thing I do say, he could come. He also could come in and be the DB's coach and passing coordinator as well. So he could have both of those. And then he could just be there for 1 year, take the head coaching job somewhere else. So we're going to see. I mean, the Giants have a lot of stuff to look at.
Plus
Chris Richard, Antonio Pierce, Calvin. One of those guys. That's all I'm wishing for the Giants. One of those.
Just stay tuned and like our page, write a comment. We look forward to hearing from you. Please follow us. We really appreciate you watching our videos. We're passionate Giants fans just like yourself. And please stay tuned.
All right, Giants fans, stay tuned, and we'll have another video out, or I'll probably have another video out tonight if there's any news. If not tonight, tomorrow there'll be another video out just to see like if the Giants made any moves. So
Yeah,
you guys
talk
stay
about
tuned.
championships.
Yeah, hopefully I
I'm
might have a
excited,
video
yeah.
tomorrow just about the games for tomorrow. So you guys stay tuned. Hope you guys have a great, blessed day today, and go Giants.
Go Giants.